Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Newcomers. Happy Labor Day to everybody out there. We hope you're having a good one. We've had an exciting week. A lot of things have happened this past week, and we want to share it with you today. And we're so glad that you came along with us. In today's show, we're going to tell you that new premier homes are being offered in the villages.
And can snowbirds let relatives use their home in the summertime?
Who exactly runs the villages? We're going to discuss that today, and we have a guest speaker on that topic.
And how many golf carts do you really need?
And the big one from this week, how did we fare with the hurricane, Adelia? We'll talk about that and lots more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
All right, the storm was here, much anticipated, a big warning.
Yeah.
The Gulf Coast.
Oh, yeah.
So we got things ready. People brought in their
Patio furniture. Things that would blow away.
gas grills. They battened down the hatches, the signs that hang on the front posts, just to get it ready because they become flying projectiles.
Right.
And we talked to you about it. And we came to you regularly on Facebook. That's where we're able to do things, spur of the moment, add pictures and things. And thanks to all of you that followed us on Facebook. And we waited and nothing happened.
Well, no. It got dark. It got very cloudy. Ominous clouds coming over. Not much rain.
Really nothing more than we have on a typical summer storm.
That's right.
But we were prepared. Now,
That's
we're afraid someday it's going to be the boy cried wolf. They'll tell us a hurricane's coming. Everybody will say, nothing ever happens. We're in the middle of the state. We won't do anything, and there'll be some big damage. But we are very, very fortunate, and our thoughts go out to all those people that did have hardship from the storm, property damage.
Had to relocate for a while. A lot of them had to move away from the shores.
Yeah, and there were some injuries as well. So we were very lucky, and we appreciate that, and we know it. So that's what happened with Hurricane Adelia. They do prepare the villages somewhat. They canceled the entertainment at the squares.
That's right.
They took all the gate arms off. The gates that when you drive through, they come down. They took those off in preparation for the storm. I'm not sure if that is for the purpose of keeping them from getting damaged in high winds, or is it to facilitate
exiting so people can leave and go when they need to go. Yes, and also there were. I'm so sorry.
Evacuation. That's what I was trying to think of. Evacuation.
What's wrong with our brains?
Yeah. Anyway, so the villages takes great steps, and if the hurricane had hit, there would have been palm fronds everywhere. There would have been debris, and their crews, just from past experience, they hit the road the next day, and they really get her cleaned up. But luckily, we didn't need that.
Yeah, they also closed the rec centers for a couple days and the pools for a few days, just to make sure the water is good for us and not damaged or
debris and stuff like that. But there wasn't any, so everything's great. And we want to thank Peter Bernard. He's a villager,
new friend,
and he's an ex-weatherman / anchorman for various news outlets in the country, and he's well known, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
So thank you, Peter, for your help during the storm. The other day I walked out front here after the storm, and there were 2 white ibises in our yard. They're really cool birds. And then there were some sandhill cranes down the street and things. And, I just thought, you just don't see that in many places. And that's one of the things we love about it.
That's what we love about the wildlife here. Even the alligators. I look for them every time I pass a pond. I'm looking for the nose.
The alligators are cool. They don't hurt us, but they're... Yeah. Did you see that record alligator they caught in Florida?
I saw that online.
14 feet long, 800 pounds.
That was in Mississippi, or Alabama or Mississippi.
There was one in Louisiana, but there was another big one that was caught here in Florida. We received our tax statement this week. It's not a bill. It just kind of tells you what to look for. And we were pleasantly surprised because it had only gone up just a little bit less than $100 from last year. And that's the bill that will have your, what do they call it, the fire department fee
assessments
and your district fee on there. And all told, it was only about $100 more. Of course, that fire fee is still up in the air, isn't it?
It is. They kind of tabled that. They shot it down, so we don't know what's going to happen with that.
It was going to be 323 or 324, and last year it was 124, I think. So it's going to go up a couple $100. We'll have to see about that. We'll let you know when that's all said and done. Time for our viewer video of the week, and we have a good one today. And this one's from Jeff Stacy. Jeff, what you got?
Hey, make me a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I like a lot of peanut butter, if you know what I mean. I think you do. Hey, Jerry and Linda, my question for you today is, where can a guy like me get my karaoke scene on in the Villages? My wife and I, we're thinking about moving there real soon, and you know what I mean? I think you do. See you later. You still here?
Well, that was fun. Jeff is quite a character, and we look forward to meeting him pretty soon. He wanted to know about karaoke. What do you know about that?
I know that there are lots of places that you can sing here. There are 10 places for sure in the Villages. I mean, even outside the Villages in Leesburg, there's a place called Legends Pizza, which we went to, and they had a lot of karaoke there. A lot of the bars will have it, a certain night of the week. The Bonifay Country Club, we went to see one of our friends do that, sing there. Mystic Ice Cream has a special night for it. Then, these are the 10, or I wrote down 8 in the Villages. Spanish Springs Bowling Lanes has it. City Fire has it on Wednesdays. Lighthouse Point Bar and Grill, RJ Gators, Orange Blossom Country Club, Gators Dockside, Applebee's, and World of Beer, and there's a couple others.
Yeah,
But
there are several locations of World of Beer and City Fire, so you can get your karaoke on, Jeff. I'd like to hear you. By the way, Jeff sent me his website and the link to some videos, professional videos that he's done. Guy's a major talent. So
there's a lot of talent here in the Villages, so you'll sing your heart away.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, you got a question?
I do have a question, and this one's from Sherry. How busy are you really? It seems like you are go, go, go. What is your idea of a relaxing day in the Villages? We are go, go, go. We prepare for our Mailbag Monday, a couple days beforehand, and then Jerry does a lot of editing, so he's a go-go, and he sits in his chair and does his go-go on his computer, so he's working hard. And I do a little bit more out in the Villages, outside in the rec centers. I go to some of the classes. We've kind of cooled down on golf since it's been so hot this summer. We have just not golfed, but we will.
We cooled down on the golf because it's hot.
We cooled down on the golf because it is hot, and we will pick that up in the fall. I'm looking forward to fall golf, really. And so we do a lot with our grandkids on the weekends.
Well, don't forget the number one entertainment here in the Villages is eating.
Yeah, we love it.
And we go out to eat way too much, don't we?
We do, way too much. Yeah.
But we do go, and we enjoy lots of different things. And like she said, in the summertime, we don't play as much pickleball or water volleyball, or she still does her water aerobics on a regular basis.
I do that twice a week.
Very early in the morning, though.
Yeah.
So we're still go, 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 but we love it. We love everything about it.
And I volunteer, and I love volunteering. That's just 2 times a month. And anybody else want to come and join me? It is a lot of fun. Please come down to Bargains and Blessings.
All right. Hey, new premier homes are coming.
Oh, wow.
The Villages put out a video the other day, and I watched it, and it was very good. It's a new development called the Enclave.
Yes.
And the Enclave at Dabney will be opening, and they have beautiful, a little bit larger lots, it looks like.
Okay.
And you can build, they call it a new imagined premier home. And there are new house plans, and it looks really interesting to me.
Yeah.
And Dabney, they call it near Sawgrass, but I don't think it's really that close to Sawgrass. It's a couple miles away, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. But it has easier access to the turnpike. So if you're somebody that needs to get back and forth to Orlando, that's going to be a good location for you.
Yeah.
We have to drive almost 15 minutes to get on the turnpike. I'd say from there you'd just be a couple of minutes off the turnpike. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah. This is from Jamie and Judy. Hi, Jerry and Linda. Is landscape lighting allowed in the Villages? And if so, does it acquire ARC approval? Lighting such as the kind that cascades onto house architecture, pathway lighting, and also flood lighting of the trees. Jamie, Judy, it is allowed. People, I really love to see house lighting and landscape lighting. I think it adds so much more to the ambiance of the house. It's beautiful, I think. So you don't have to get permission for that.
No. I actually called the deed compliance office and talked with them. They put me in touch with Village's customer relations, and they said, no, you don't need to get permission. But of course, you want to be respectful of your neighbors. You wouldn't want to put a spotlight on their house or something that would blind them. And they said it's allowed, but if a neighbor would complain, they would come and look at it and make sure that everything was okay. But yeah, you can have it. There we go. Ted writes, I don't remember if you have 1 or 2 cars. I think he means golf carts. Do you folks find that you need 2 golf cars? I don't know. When we first got here, I thought we did. So we bought 2. But that's when I was golfing, basically every other day. And she started golfing. And so we were often going our separate ways. Now we don't do it so much. We could probably get by with 1 golf cart. But we have 2, and it's kind of nice to have 2.
It is nice. I get in my cart and run down to the mailbox, or I'll go to the neighbors to play cards. And we really, in the last 3 or 4 months, we haven't used it at the same time, but I like having my own.
If you don't have a golf cart garage, which would be a 2-car garage, then a smaller golf cart garage like we have, if you had 2 carts, you'd have to park them one in front of the other in your garage. That means if the interior one wanted to go out somewhere, you have to move one and get it out, then move the other one back in. You have to juggle them around.
Juggling.
Not very handy. But we enjoy having 2 for now. I don't know if we'll always have 2. Probably won't. We'll probably get rid of one of them eventually and just have 1. But it's nice at this point.
Yeah. This is from George and Vicky. One key question I have is that I own a theater organ, and I'm wondering if there are any limitation on musical instruments in the villages. Do the houses there hold in sounds like this, or would that result in a bunch of angry neighbors? I don't even know how loud that would be. I don't know.
There is no musical instrument ordinance.
There's no.
But if you are a nuisance to your neighbors, they will complain, and somebody will probably come out and give you a hard time. I mean, are you like Phantom of the Opera killing it, and the house's windows are rattling? That's probably not going to go over very good. But if you're like in the ballpark, you probably get away with it. Yeah, you just want to always be mindful. These homes, our neighbor's house is basically 10 feet away from ours.
Yeah.
So if your living room or wherever you have this organ is right up against the wall, they're going to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
So you just have to be mindful of everybody. But I think you could bring it.
Yeah.
And please, if you do, send us a video of you rocking out on it.
That'd be really great. See it. I'd love to see that.
All right. Bob Allen from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania writes, if I understand correctly, there's no mayor in the villages, and there's no mayor of each individual village. Who exactly runs that place? That's a good question. We've never really needed to get in touch with the mayor ourselves.
No.
And we know there isn't one.
No.
The villages is divided up into districts, and I could tell you all about it, but why don't I let an expert do it? Our friend, Mr. Don Wiley, you might know him as Gold Wingnut. He's got a take on that whole situation for you, and here he is.
Well, this is an interesting question. A mayor for the villages. Is it possible? Probably not. The villages spans 3 counties, Marion, Lake, and Sumter County, and it also spans 4 cities, Lady Lake, Fruitland Park, Wildwood, and now Leesburg. And of course, there are many unincorporated areas of the counties that it also encompasses. Each village having a mayor isn't really realistic. There's about 100 villages ranging in size from less than 100 homes to over 2,000 homes. There would be too much cost overhead associated with having a mayor in each village and its associated organizational structure. We do have community development districts, or CDDs, here in the villages. Residential CDDs range in size from 700 acres to about 3,000 acres, each encompassing multiple villages within their boundaries. Each CDD is associated with a phase of construction here in the villages, as it was built over time. We currently have 17 residential CDDs and 5 commercial CDDs in the villages. Each CDD has an elected board of supervisors that sets policies and establishes operating budgets. Their powers are very limited under Florida law and pertain mainly to maintenance of infrastructure and deed restrictions. Most of the typical city functions, such as fire and police services, still fall to the parent cities and, in the case of the unincorporated areas, to the Board of County Commissioners. Many consider this a very confusing and convoluted system of government. Having been a CDD supervisor and now county commissioner for the last 9 years, I will admit it does add an extra layer of complexity to the equation, but it is both functionally and cost-effective for the residents. So I hope that answers the question. Jerry and Linda, back to you.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
Don is a wealth of knowledge, and we always appreciate his help. And you should check out his Gold Wingnut channel.
This is from Sandra. My adult son is coming for a visit and wondered if there are any basketball courts visitors can use, indoor or outdoor.
Yep, I checked it out for you, Sandra. There are a whole bunch of them. Now, the only one that two that I've seen are at Colony Cottage and at Rohan Rec.
Yeah.
But that tells you what you need to know. Those are two regional rec centers. All the regional rec centers have basketball goals.
Okay.
So everybody's within a reasonable distance of a regional rec center, so you can send them over there to play some basketball.
Yes, and there are some places, some churches have gyms, but I don't know if you'll have to join a league. But just for going in to knock on doors, saying, can I play basketball? I don't think that would happen at a church. But there are some parks around too. I know Venetian Gardens is a park not too far from here, and there may be some courts there. But yeah, you can find basketball here in the villages.
I used to play a lot of basketball. I love to play basketball. And recently, I saw a ball and I went over and took a shot.
Nothing
Air
but
ball,
Aw.
air ball. Man, I'm losing it. And I would never get back in another basketball league. I've had so many sprained ankles in my life, I do not want any more of them, knock on wood.
That was a rough time.
Yeah.
He was always spraining those ankles.
Beatrice writes, hi, Jerry and Linda. Love your YouTube channel. I'm wondering if I'm a snowbird living in the villages during the summer months that I'd be living up north, are family and friends allowed to stay in my home if they are vacationing in Florida? Well, the answer to that is yes. You can have visitors and guests to your home, but they would not be able to use any of the amenities unless they got a pass, and they would have to go through the proper channels at the rec centers.
Yeah.
And yes, your family can come down, your family can enjoy this wonderful place, but you got to do it the right way, and it's a 30-day max. So there we go.
And this is from Pam. Hi, Linda and Jerry. I enjoy your recap YouTube from a couple days ago. Thanks for keeping us all well informed. Wonder if you have heard any updates on any movement with Harry and the Natives restaurant supposedly coming to the Lake Oklahoma Rec Center area. And it hasn't even started yet, right. Jerry?
I called and they said, to our knowledge, they have not even broken ground yet. But that would be pretty nice for the people that live in that area.
Absolutely.
And to tell you the truth, this is embarrassing. We haven't even been to that rec center yet.
No, we're going to go though.
We've heard it's nice.
We've driven by it.
We've driven by it.
That's it.
I can't even figure out how to get over there.
Yeah, we get a little confused.
But, it's going to come, but it's coming slow, and it'll be really nice. All right, we have our new feature called Out and About. This week, we went to Sonnys Barbecue. Now, Sonnys Barbecue is on Canal Street up at Sumter Landing. And we and a couple of our dear friends went, and we had some good food up there. We all ordered something, and it all came back just the way we ordered it.
You did?
And I got the ribs. Now, I asked the girl, I said, which kind do you suggest? Should I get the St. Louis or the baby back? And she said she liked the St. Louis ribs. She's wrong. I'm not getting St. Louis ribs again.
Don't say that.
What?
I think everybody at that restaurant won't buy.
Oh, well, I mean, with the lunch special, you get ribs and you get another meat. And I got 2 ribs.
That was little bitty.
But if you get the baby back, you get a half rack. Note to self.
Note to self.
Get the baby back.
Get the baby back.
But I really didn't love the amount of meat nor the flavor compared to baby back. So I'm getting baby back next time. My other meat was the pulled pork, and it was delish. And their baked beans. I give it my baked bean star of approval. And what else did I get? I got coleslaw, and it was very good.
It was
very good.
coleslaw
What
was
did you
good.
have?
I had beef brisket, and then I had I think some pulled pork too. And my friend got something that I liked. What did she like? The marbled pulled pork. And
No. There's the marbled
Brisket.
chopped brisket.
Marbled chopped brisket.
Yeah.
And that actually looked scrumptious.
Yeah, they had tater tots. They had macaroni and cheese.
That was delicious. Macaroni and cheese
Yeah.
was great.
And here's a look at our total bill. You can see what it cost there. It's over $30, but we enjoyed it, and we'll probably go back again.
Yeah, we had a lovely little waitress. She was excellent.
Her name was Ray.
Yes, it was.
And she did a really good job.
Super job. Yeah.
That's it for Sonnys Barbecue.
Upcoming entertainment here in the Villages. Well, coming on September 7th, Rocky and the Rollers Unplugged at the Savannah Center. And Rocky and the Rollers Unplugged is a fantastic show. We went to it one time last year, and it was fabulous. So please go to that.
Sometimes when you go to the shows, and we went to a movie the other day. What movie did we see?
It's about
The Hill.
The Hill.
The Hill. The previews about burst my eardrums. Man, it's loud.
it was
I'm going to
loud.
start taking some earplugs when I go to the movies, just for that.
I think it's a good idea.
But Rocky and the Rollers is not going to be amplified. It's unplugged. So that should be really nice and pleasant.
Yeah,
And I don't know if we're going to go to that or not, but we very well might.
we might. But
We love Rocky and the Rollers.
They're a fantastic
Yeah.
group. Fantastic. And on September 9th, there's a boutique art show at the Colony Rec Center, which I really would like to go. I've not been to one of the boutique art shows at one of the rec centers, and I think that sounds like a lot of fun. So I've starred that on my paper, so September 9th, I'm going to try to go.
Have you ever been to a boutique art show?
I don't know.
Is it boutique or boutique? What do you think out there in TV land?
Boutique.
I know who's going to tell us. Ann will tell us because she likes to grade people's
And tell
comments.
us, please.
Yeah,
And
go ahead,
please
Ann.
tell us. And September 10th, you can go on a Grandparents' Day boat ride at Lake Sumter. What does that mean? Just only grandparents can go? Do we get
No,
a
are you
discount?
kidding?
Do we
No.
get a discount or something?
What
It
good?
costs only $2.
What good would it be if grandparents went and they left their grandkids on the dock?
See you later.
Hey, we're having fun out here. No, it's for anybody, but
They're
this.
gonna like a Viking boat. Goodbye, Grandma and Grandpa.
And Wednesday night, it's Blonde Ambition and what do they call it? Market night.
Oh, yes.
Up at Sumter Landing.
Yes.
And that's going to be great because Blonde Ambition, we showed you that video recently where everybody hundreds of people were out there doing all this.
1,000.
But I'll tell you what, you may want to bring your walking shoes because parking will probably be limited that
Yeah.
night and you'll have to park in one of the
Absolutely.
parking
Bring your
parking lots.
Bring water. Bring a good chair.
And don't forget, you can find the quality entertainment every single night in the Villages. You
Yeah.
know, 365 days a year, barring lightning
Yeah.
or a hurricane, and it's good stuff. So
Yeah.
give it a. Last week's word scramble. Did you get it? It was a little different. The answer was the village of Winifred. You know, I asked
That was
you.
hard, Jerry. That was a hard one.
Well, I said, who's Arnie's wife? Now, who's Arnie? Now, we're a golf
Arnold
community.
Palmer.
It's Arnold Palmer.
Right.
And you, at worst case, you get on Google and say, who was Arnold Palmer's wife? Oh, it was Winifred. Is there anything called Winifred in the Villages? Yep.
Okay.
There you go. You got it. This week, I'm going to make it real easy for you, okay?
All right.
There's the puzzle and the clue. It kicks us off every Monday. Sweet versus salty. You're going to take the sweet again?
I am.
Okay,
So, want me to start?
go ahead.
All right. This is from Anne Marie. Always a wonderful show. Informative, entertaining, and great fun. Never disappoints.
Oh.
Well, thank you, Anne.
That's our goal. You know what?
Yeah.
When she said earlier that I work long hours on this, and I do work long hours on it.
Yes.
And when I get finished, for me, it's almost like when I was a woodworker and I finished a box, and you're looking at that box and you're proud of it, and it's beautiful, and you really like it, And that's what I feel about these shows. When I get done, I can't wait to show them to you because I really enjoy doing it. And I know that it's going to make some of you happy, and I really like it. But this guy with the salty comment, his name is Beck. That's a funny name.
Beck.
He says, you're both starting to get creepy.
Okay. Shall we make a creepy face?
That's just, maybe we're just creepy. Maybe we're creepy guys. Oh, well.
Okay.
You know, I always tell people, and you guys back us up on this all the time. You have all these little knobs on your computer and buttons on your phone. You know, if you don't like it, just
Scroll on by. Scroll on by.
What?
Scroll on by. I was going to say just SOB, but then that sounds bad.
Wow, that came from her. She says, Beck, SOB.
Scroll on by.
Didn't Dionne Warwick have a hit song like that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That's all I can think of for a moment.
All right. It's time for shout outs. Up there, you're going to see a scrolling list. These are friends of our channel. They might be new subscribers. Maybe they hit that super thanks button to help us with money for our equipment fund. We really do appreciate all of you, and thank you so much.
And I need to thank Don Thompson for making me a beautiful swim bag. It's a beach bag, and it was lovely. I should show that to you. I didn't bring it here, but yeah,
It's
very
real
artistic.
nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Don.
Don is a talented dude, let me tell you.
He is.
Oh, this is not a shout out, but I want to show you this. Because so many of you ask, remember on Facebook I told you that we show you things we can't show you here? We showed you our breakfast the other day, and people said, how'd you make those eggs? Look at this. This is a round pan. You can put your eggs in there, and this makes delicious sausage, egg, cheese,
Biscuits. Sandwich.
and you make them in there, and they're just so neat, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we may do that on a show.
Jerry loves to buy me kitchen utensils and gadgets, and sometimes they're winners, and that's a winner.
All right. You might see that I'm wearing a new long sleeve shirt. I love long sleeve shirts. In fact,
Yeah, he does.
if you watch that landscape video, our landscapers were all wearing long sleeve shirts.
Oh, yes.
You know, here in Florida with the brutal sun, I like long sleeve shirt. And it has a logo which they tweaked for us a little bit.
There's mine.
She's got a V-neck.
Short
That's
sleeve.
custom apparel.
Yeah.
I've told you guys, I don't know how many times, we don't get any money from the sale of our t-shirts. But this wonderful company up off of Wedgewood Lane,
Yes.
that's near the high school,
Uh-huh.
or the old high school.
The old, yeah.
They make these shirts, and they are great quality shirts.
Yeah.
We'll put a link to them in the
Yeah,
description.
and this one is a really, really nice fabric. I don't know the name of it, I forgot, but it's not just a totally cotton shirt. It has a little bit more. It's real soft.
Tri-blend, I think she said.
Tri-blend. I love this one.
And that's a family-run business,
It
and
is.
just the kind of people
Yeah.
that we like to promote. So Custom Apparel,
Yeah.
they have a wonderful store. All the gear from the
High school.
the high school, the Buffaloes, lots of area organizations get shirts there, and they have Villages stuff there too.
They do. They have mugs and all kinds of hats and everything. And it goes all the way to the ceiling. I mean, it's amazing.
We went
how
up there to
much.
get these shirts, and I was surprised. It's a lovely little store, so check it out.
Please go.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the recognizing our friends.
Recognizing our friends. Well, Hector and Gloria bought a home here about a year ago, and we met them at the square one evening. They're lovely folks.
Right. Mike and Rory live at Hammock at Fenny. They're loyal viewers, and you can see Mike's killer workshop. Look at that. Boy, Mike, you know how to hurt a guy. If you're a woodworker, you can recognize that table saw. That's a saw stop. You know, that's the kind where they actually have technology that it senses skin. If it senses skin, it stops that saw in like a millionth of a second, and boom,
Yes.
you don't get your finger cut
Yes.
off. Thank you for sending that in, Mike. We look forward to meeting both of you.
Now, this is Laura Malone. I met her when I was working one day at the Bargains and Blessings, and we had a lovely little chat. And guess what? I saw her again this week. She's a great shopper, and I enjoy visiting with you all in Bargains and Blessings. So, hi again, Laura.
And we met Eric and Catherine at Dream Girls. They've been watching us for quite some time. Catherine sent us a picture of her Barbie golf cart. How cool is that?
That's
I
popular.
love that.
That'll be popular right now.
They also bought a home sight unseen and say the Villages has exceeded their expectations in every way. A super nice couple for sure.
Well, here is Will, Victoria, Janine, and Melody Davis. They're standing by that famous sign at the sales center. They purchased the home and are very happy. You might remember them. They submitted a video, remember, and the father didn't know the daughters were on the TV, and then it was fun. They surprised their father so much. So what a fun family.
Yeah, I loved his reaction. He's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Really good. Yeah. All right, Gizmo. Okay, buddy. Hey,
Wake up, buddy.
he's a good sleeper.
That
You ready
is-
for your segment?
That is true.
All right. Take it away, Gizzy.
Hey, do you know why you should always knock on the refrigerator before you open it? In case there's a salad dressing. A salad dressing in the refrigerator. Well, my pal, the bichon frisé down the street, said, "Hey, I got a good pizza joke for you." I told him, "I don't do pizza jokes. They're too cheesy." Too cheesy. You know, as I get older, I start to think, time flies like an arrow. But fruit flies like a banana. The fruit flies like bananas. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody, thank you for the jokes. I need more jokes. Please send in some jokes. villagesnewcomers@gmail.com. See you next week.
Great job, pal. Yes, sir. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Thanks to everybody that watched that landscape show last Thursday. We love it. We've had a very positive response from you, and it was a fun project, and we're glad it's over.
I do, and I go outside and just smile now. Every time I walk out on the sidewalk or take Gizmo out, I just look at it going, oh, I just love this so much.
So be sure and tune in for this Thursday show. Not sure what that's going to be yet. We may do a live show on Thursday.
We may.
Yeah, we're thinking about that.
Yeah. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. Until next time.
See you when you get here.